Welcome back to another video from English Einsteins. Today we are looking at English Language Paper 1, Question 1 and 2 in particular. Make sure you watch right to the end where I'll be letting you into the secret to success in Question 2. Without further ado, let's read this. It was the design of Angelo Ricci and Joe Chanak and Manuel Silva to call on the terrible old man. This old man dwells all alone in a very ancient house on Water Street, near the sea, and is reputed to be both exceedingly rich and exceedingly feeble, which forms a situation very attractive to men of the profession of Mr. Ricci, Chanak and Silva, for that profession was nothing less dignified than robbery. What you need to do is list 4 things about the old man. Try to do it in 3 minutes. For a challenge, try to list 6 things. Pause the video now to complete. Here is a list of answers you could have given. Maximum 4 marks for that question. Okay, first word for today, reclusive. To live alone and deliberately avoid the company of others. Synonyms, distant and detached. I want you to write down the meaning for this word and the synonyms. Pause the video now to do that. Next word, uncanny, strange and difficult to explain. Pause the video to write this one down. And last one, unkempt, untidy, neglected or not kept neat. Pause the video to write this one down too. The question we're looking at for question 2 then is, how does the writer use language to describe the terrible old man and his house? And here is our extract. I'll read it quickly for us. The inhabitants of Kingsport say and think many things about the terrible old man. He is, in truth, a very strange person, believed to have been a captain of East India clipper ships in his day, so old that no one can remember when he was young, and so taciturn that few know his real name. Among the gnarled trees in the front yard of his aged and neglected place, he maintains a strange collection of large stones, oddly grouped and painted so that they resemble the idols in some obscure Eastern temple. This collection frightens away most of the small boys who love to taunt the terrible old man about his long white hair and beard, or to break the small paned windows of his dwelling with wicked missiles. But there are other things which frighten the older and more curious folk, who sometimes steal up to the house to peer in through the dusty panes. These folk say that on a table in a bare room on the ground floor are many peculiar bottles, in each a small piece of lead suspended pendulum-wise from a string, and they say that the terrible old man talks to these bottles, addressing them by such names as Jack, Scarface, Long Tom, Spanish Joe, Peters, and Mate Ellis. So what I've done here, I've taken a quote to answer the question about the old man. I've put the strange person in other words. I've said the adjective strange suggests he is abnormal, peculiar, and uncanny. I've taken the part of the quote that says he's so taciturn that few know his real name. More specifically, the adjective taciturn suggests he's uncommunicative, perhaps reclusive, and is devoid of human connection. And where it says few know his real name, this implies he is almost anonymous, and he has a paucity of human interaction. A devoid of human connection means he is without human connection. Paucity means lack of human interaction. Good. You can take a picture of these notes for the writing task later on. Pause there and take a picture. Another quote then. 2 will suffice for question 2 if analysed in depth. Notice I always declare what type of word has been used, for example, the adjective. So we've got aged and neglected. The adjectives aged and neglected reflect he is ancient, he's metaphorically withered and dishevelled. And the dusty window panes suggest his abode is unkempt, devoid of maintenance and attention. Uncanny environment mirrors the character. Then we got bare room has connotations of unkemptness as well. Connotations means what something suggests. For example, red has connotations of danger. So it's a nice word to use for what something suggests. Again, pause the video to take a picture of the notes there for the writing task. So here is the structure for the writing task. What you need to do is use your notes to finish these sentences. So evidently the writer portrays a terrible old man as uncanny. For example, that's where you put your first quote in. And then where it says +4 sentence starters, you use the sentence starters in red from the bottom. So you could say, in other words, the old man is portrayed as abnormal, peculiar, and uncanny. Remember, a 3-part list is particularly effective when analysing. If you found this video helpful, you may also like this one. Furthermore, for tuition, you can email me using the email address below. That's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video.